Here with Pat Henry, who's the national coach for the Bahrain Bowling Association. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about yourself, Pat, and maybe what do you feel is the differences between coaching here in the Middle East and coaching in the USA?
Sure. Actually, I'm originally from Wichita, Kansas, in the U.S. Coached at Wichita State for a number of years. Obviously, had some really good friends, Gordon Vadigan, Fred Gordon. Met a lot of really nice people around the world. As far as coaching in Bahrain, it's just a little different. Every time I go to a different country, you have to learn the culture, you have to learn the people, and what is it you need to develop. To be an elite player, I mean an elite player, these guys have to develop what I call mental or life skills. And that's always the challenge no matter where I go, is that how do we get the people from this country or this team to develop the skills so that they can handle all the stress and all the pressures in competition? How can they have the attentional skills that they need to pay attention to the right things instead of being distracted by other things, all right? It's easy for some people to learn that, but not very many people. In a general rule, distractions are a major challenge here.
I can imagine that's the case. Are there any particular bowlers that we should be hearing about here in the UK, basically? The people, UK bowlers, haven't heard of many of the Bahrain bowlers. Are there any we should be watching for?
You know, over the last probably 10, 15 years, you know, Bahrain has always competed, but there hasn't been, I guess I'll say, that one player that's been the superstar that, you know, like Singapore has a Remy Ong, or, you know, the UK has Paul Moore, among others, but, you know, he's one of them. So you always have that key player to build a team around, and Bahrain, as of yet, doesn't have that. But they have a couple of young players that potentially might be able to do that. You have a player like Ahmed Rahimi, who's only about 24 years old, coming on. He's a pretty good player, can do a lot of things, and starting to understand lane management a little bit better. Several other players, Mohamed Sultan has sort of come into his own the last month or two, but it's more about the mental aspect and the lane management, understanding the game. I don't teach people to bowl.
Okay, that's a good idea.
I teach them to win.
Okay, that's even better.
There's a difference.
There is a difference.
Okay?
It's about the
Do I teach everybody to win? No. Everybody can't win. But I think the elite players, I mean, you look at Jason Belmonte's now one on the tour. These guys think and play the game differently than everybody else. Whether they'll tell you that or whether they admit it or not, they just think differently. Chris Barnes, I was fortunate to coach him when he first started, okay? The guy just, he believes in himself, has the ultimate confidence that if he can't do it today, he'll do it tomorrow.
Right.
You know? I'm going to figure out how to get it done. And that's really the key to all of these guys, is that it is really it's not a false confidence, but it is a confidence that they have. It's just unbelievable. But their determination, they're process-oriented. Be honest, they don't care whether that you like them or not, just as long as they can get the job done.
That sounds good. Well, thank you very much, Pat. Okay, it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Take care.